Welcome to Reality After Show, The Challenge Ride or Die. We're talking the premiere of The Challenge Ride or Die. That's Lauren Pratt. That's Alex Trias. I'm Jonny Fairplay. Whew, what an episode. All I have to say is I've been fighting the Empire since I was 6 years old. Sorry, wrong show. My bad.
Oh, man. Yeah, you need to, take a step back, Dave. Come on.
Sorry, Dave.
Yeah, sorry, Dave. Yeah, we're all Daves here.
Are you? Do you know the beaver tail thing? Okay. For those of you listening, not watching, that was a yes. That was a very begrudging yes from Alex Trias. Yeah. All right, episode 1, the premiere. Don't Die for Me, Argentina, and a play on words for the Evita song, as many of you know from Madonna, but it was around way before then. But that's okay. So we start the show with Poison, Nothing But a Good Time. Pete, you're killing it. I love it. So I got a Pete record coming this episode. Don't worry, for those of you that have been playing along at home ever since we started challenge coverage, and Pete killing it on the scoring of this thing, or the applying of music. So
are we sure it's still Pete? I thought Pete said he was exclusively to All Stars.
I don't know.
If it's good music, we give Pete credit.
Well, see, that's what it was. It was good music, so I'm thinking it was Pete.
But if we ever get bad music or a bad choice, it's not Pete.
Well, Pete will let us know. And for those of you that like to hear how the music is put to the challenge, just search the archives here at youtube.com/aftershow or search Reality After Show on Spotify, Amazon Music, wherever you podcast. So, look at the challenge and look for Pete. And boom, Pete broke it down. So, but I do have a record for today. I'm very excited. And Pete, if you did it, good on you. If not, hey, someone did a good Pete impression. All right, so we start with Michelle and Jay. I'm cool with it. Is this a sign of thing? Do we start with them and do we end with them?
I hope so. I love both of them, but my only thing is Jay hasn't done quite as well as many others in his time in the challenge, but I think he can maybe step it up. Michelle's a pretty good partner. She's a pretty much someone that I think has potential to do well in the future for sure.
Jay's last elimination, if he went against anyone else in the house other than Leroy, and he wins.
Yeah. I was just talking about that with some of my friends who also watched the show, and I was like, I think a lot of people forget that. It was like how close he was to staying. His issue, honestly, is just his his political game. Because I think Jay, and we see it in this episode in particular, like if you want to go into like the psychology of it all, is like he has to view himself as an underdog. Yeah. He has to pair himself with the rookies. Because like it's not even like a vet versus rookie status. It's like you have the people who go on the show, and then you have the vacation alliance. Like the people that are the veterans that go on to all the vacations together, they're all talking game, all talking about, well, we're on this season, we'll all link up this way, we'll get these people to win this, whatever. So he has a good partner in Michelle, though, who has good connections with some of the veterans that are currently there, has connections with the rookies, and has connections on some of the veterans who haven't been on the screen yet.
Yeah, we hear, Michelle and Jay break down basically. They kind of guessed what the cast was, and they've been pre-gaming, which you're not allowed to do, but they have no problem telling us in the confessional that they did.
Everyone does it. And the thing about Jay as well, he's someone that is very much built for a final. If Jay can get to a final, I think he does quite well for himself.
I mean, but that's the thing with the challenge, though, especially MTV's challenges. A lot of these people are made for the final. They aren't made to navigate to get to the final, though.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So do you see Jay and Michelle working with the rookies? Because the last time Michelle was there, the vets came after her fast and furious. So, I mean, as she, dipped her toe in the water, she's now a part of them. So it's okay. Or it's just like, okay, you told me last time where you stand.
I think they are in a position, if they can play it right, that they can sort of have their hands in both the cookie jars or in both the holes, as Jay says. He was thinking of rock climbing people, only about rock climbing.
I wasn't.
No one was.
Oh, okay. I don't think he was.
I don't think he was either.
Okay, fair enough. So next we see Laurel. Her energy is inspiring. And I'm like, okay. I remember Laurel. Like, I've covered the challenge with you guys the last couple seasons, but I had been on a challenge hiatus. And I remember Laurel from before, and quite the challenge beast. And so we see it seems as though Laurel, based on later confessionals, that Laurel's kind of isolating herself because I guess she hasn't been in the current this is what we do for a living challenge drama.
Mm-hmm. So, well, that's never been Laurel. Like, Laurel has been around for a long time. This is only her 7th season, which we say only.
I know.
But it's like, but at this point, like, she's one of the more veteran people on the cast in terms of longevity and seasons. We find out that it's Nelson at the very beginning of the game who has the most seasons under their belt because he has to do the toast. He definitely did not know he was the one who had to do the toast.
Yeah. We'll get to the toast. Not the best.
You know what, Derek K can take a sigh of relief because someone has finally had a worse toast than his All-Star 2's attempt.
Yes. Yeah. Well, didn't we have Mark Long clean it up afterwards? It was
yes. No, but it's still there.
It's okay.
Yes. It still started it, but Mark finished it.
Yeah. Cast or editing was not kind.
I mean, hey, Mark's doing the thing. He was just on NXT.
He was. So yeah. So next is it Tamara in Turbo?
Tamara and Turbo.
Yes, Tamara and Turbo. All right, so during my hiatus, I have not seen this Turbo guy.
Okay.
However, I have seen like kind of clips and heard about this guy. Holy moly!
Oh yeah.
Okay, so here's the story of like Turbo. First season. He's paired up with Nani. Is a War of the World season. Rookies were paired with veterans. He was paired with Nani. He eventually gets to the final where it's an individual game. He becomes the champion.
Okay.
And he was like very rootable, very likable. Like everyone loved him.
I'm not seeing that right now.
Comes into the second season, gets kicked off the show because he gives death threats to Jordan.
All right.
For no reason, keeps calling him a pussy chicken.
Oh,
so that comes back here.
Yes.
And he comes
revisited.
Then he comes into this season, longer hair, thicker beard, turtleneck. He's in full like Bond villain mode now.
Yeah. He is quite intimidating.
Like, and you know how intimidating he is when the first thing they show of him is like, they're like, oh, if I'm your friend, best. If I'm your enemy, worse. And it just cuts to everyone's having a fun time on the ship. He's the only one who's like, you didn't give me drink.
Yeah.
Your enemy for life.
Yeah. To Laurel, who's just like, look, I don't even know how this works anymore. Like,
she's like, I did not hear you.
Yeah, I didn't know anyone.
Do you want me to pour my drink out?
Yeah, I'll pour it out. No, I love a good villain, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't. This isn't the kind of villain for me. I don't think. I'm frightened of this human being.
He's a very intimidating and very scary guy, and he's not wrong. I would not want to go up against him in an elimination either because he has some brute force behind him. He's a bit smaller than other competitors, but still, like, size isn't everything when it comes to that.
And also, Johnny, to clarify as well, he is a 2-time Survivor champion for his country's version of Survivor.
Yeah, because they're scared to vote him out.
Yeah. Yes. Well, it's also like a weird, different format. It's not the same as the other Survivors we watch. Like, people get brought in like halfway through the season. It's weird stuff. But I want to preface something for you guys. Very likable on this cast. We all know Fessy. If we threw Fessy into an elimination with Turbo, in terms of wrestling, is that a face turn for Fessy? When you have the heel and you pair him up against a bigger heel.
But Fessy was already messy at the beginning. Like, I mean, I guess it was kind of laughable, messy Fessy to start this episode. But I mean, in the hot tub, we'll get there. But
I mean, we haven't heard him yet say on the show how he's more athletic than 99% of professional NFL players.
Well, he will. Don't worry. So
I'm waiting.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, this is like, I think if I see Turbo on the boat, I think I quit.
I think I jump off the boat. I'm like, hey, I'm going to swim.
Yeah, because I could see myself potentially or attempting to be Turbo's friend, right?
Mm-hmm.
And me saying this just the wrong thing because that's me.
You're Devin. You're Devin in this situation.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, oh, I'm going to make this joke that everyone clearly will understand.
As a joke.
No pussy chicken.
Oh, yeah. No, I think
I'll meet you in sand.
Yeah, no, I think I'm done. I think like 5 seconds. I'm just like, yeah, I'm more of a Challenge USA kind of guy. I don't even know.
Imagine being his partner, though. That's my other thing. There's no way that I could be partnered with that.
She seems fine, though.
I think that I don't know. I'm just like I feel like you're safe if you're his partner, but maybe not. I don't know.
I almost feel like I want to know more about tomorrow because I feel this is a team that's gonna like it's like if you were making the fire on Survivor and you threw all the coconut husk in and it just like bursts into flames. It really big fire, but because you threw it all in, it like burns out quickly.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a flash in the pan like season for them, based off how his attitude is. Because he also has never been in elimination. I feel like he has not a chip on the shoulder, but an arrogance about him where he's like, I've won. I'm a god essentially. Where it's like I want to go into elimination now and take everybody out and show everyone how much of a a masculine man I am. And
where does he live?
I think it's like Turkey.
Okay, so we can say bad stuff about him on the podcast, and
I'm gonna be careful with my words.
Sure,
because I am very sure he probably kept one of those daggers.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna sleep with both eyes open.
Both eyes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna learn.
I'm on the bubble of how I'm gonna approach this with Turbo. Fessy, your fair game. Get ready.
Oh, I'm not scared of Fessy.
I'm not scared of Fessy either, and he's not scared of me apparently.
Yeah, I am a little bit. It's okay.
Yeah, have Fessy do an arm wrestle with Lauren.
Yes. So next we see Sam and Kayla. Last time we saw Kayla was on was that All-Star 3?
All-Star 3.
Yep.
And she was engaged at the time. Since then has married Sam. And we found out how they met. She slipped into his DMs.
Yeah, the classic love story.
Do they 20 the 20s classic love story slipped into his DMs. And they may or may not
he wouldn't marry a loser though.
He would not. So and they may or may not be on their honeymoon.
No, we're not. Okay. I think they were.
Yes. So next we see Tommy from Big Brother crying.
That's good promise.
Yeah. Oh, I'm for that all day. Yeah. Next, Michelle and Jay, they explained to us that they met flirting and they started flirting in the elevator during casting for Survivor. So, whoa! I bet they're not flirting anymore.
No. Unless they want to.
At least not right now. You never know what can happen in the challenge house.
I don't see them hooking. I
think they're at a point now in their like friendship where they wouldn't do that.
Yeah, they're friend zone.
I mean, you see it all the time. Friends hook up with friends, and if people have a couple of drinks, you never know what can happen.
Yeah. I don't see this. I mean,
I really don't see it happening, but I'm just saying there is always a possibility.
Okay. So, Fessy is not cocky, we see, because there's Turbo.
Yes.
Shots fired by Fessy.
Immediately. He's like, thank God this guy's here.
Yeah, but does Fessy want any of that Turbo smoke?
No.
Okay, Fessy versus Turbo in a hall brawl. Who wins?
I actually think it's closer than... Because, like, usually it's like a height thing, and in that case, like, Fessy has the background, he has the football background, but, like, Turbo, if it's strictly physical, it has no other component to it. Like, I'd be scared to death of going against Turbo.
I'm rooting for Fessy versus Turbo.
Oh, yeah, I would want, ironically, Fessy to win. I would want him to be bloodied up a bit, though.
Oh, jeez.
I want to. Hey, he has karma waiting for him for how he has, like, he broke Kyle's fingers.
Oh, he did.
He's gouged Nelson in the eyes.
Yeah.
like during them, like he has something coming his way.
Some moves are worse than others. So Turbo didn't get the champagne invitation from Laurel. Okay, and Devin explains that for those of you that don't know Turbo, like myself, he's the worst wedding invitation ever. And
I can see it.
Devin, you started home runs.
Devin started off hot this episode and didn't stop.
Yeah, and Turbo explains that he is down for every elimination, and Nelly T says he will sign Turbo up for every elimination if that's what he wishes. I would too. I would be like, cool, man, your wish is granted.
But Nelson would have to win in order to be able to make that happen, because the winner is the one that like picks the people that goes in. So
51 consecutive daily no wins. Thank you.
52.
Okay. Well, I feel like that confessional was done after the elimination.
I just love that they brought Twitter into the main thing, because like the last season became the big thing of the Nelson count of no eliminations or no daily wins.
Yeah. All right, so it's time to move into the house. What does that mean? It's time for Tongue Tied by Group Love. So if you guys want to treat yourself to some YouTube gold, search Tongue Tied, Group Love, Post Malone. And Post Malone is backstage, palming a dude's head and drinking a beer, singing the song in a parking lot or a parking garage. And it is the greatest 2 minutes of my entire internet life. So
that is the most Post Malone thing you could find.
Yes. I became a Post Malone fan right there, not based on any of his music. But he seems like a lovely gentleman.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciated when Mark Wahlberg bought the homeless gentleman food at Wahlburgers. It turns out it was Post Malone. Okay. So Amber reveals that she did not slip into Chauncey's DMs. I don't know. I feel like I'm with Chauncey on this one.
There is a big age gap between these two.
Is it?
Chauncey's 23.
Amber's
in her like mid 30s.
Good on her.
I know, yeah. It's like and like her personality is very much not a mid 30s person. Like you know what? They look great together.
They do.
They also don't know how to like do math. He had to count how many letters are in the word Amber by looking at her bra.
Well,
I mean, fair.
If there had been 6 letters, he would have pulled it out. So it's a good thing. Hey, you're not gonna believe this, guys. Tori and Devin, they've had ups and downs over the years.
What?
Yep.
I didn't know.
True story. There we go. Little
there you go.
John, that's for you.
Yeah. Oh man.
New single out. Go follow him on Instagram.
Yeah, a totally legitimate up and down relationship that was not completely a storyline. Yeah. But it's okay. They went from friends, to enemies, to friends again, to ride or die, because Devin's always good at plugging.
There you go. So Tori takes this time to talk to Sam, and Sam is ready to eat some dick.
Yeah.
Yep, it's the word on the street. All right. Casey's here, and she has her brother Kenny, also known as Casey's brother.
That was actually, I did laugh when that came up.
Yeah. So I knew based on every preview that I've seen and the challenges Instagram that Nani is a part of this cast.
Yeah.
And so, and Casey says, bring out my girlfriend.
Oh, because they also know. Like,
yeah,
they all flew out together. Like, none of these are surprise things.
Yeah. I don't understand. Like, did Bananas have in his contract, like, I'm not doing the first elimination?
So my thing is, they've done stuff like this before, and I think it's one of those things where for some of the OG like fan favorites, sometimes they'll like bring them in at the end of the first episode just to guarantee that they aren't the first team eliminated.
Okay. I got no problem with it.
I have no problem with it on the challenge because I
would love it on Survivor. It's just night 3. It's just like, and here's Jonny Fairplay. It's just
just voted out someone. I know this is very difficult. Bring him in, guys.
Yeah. So actually, I would prefer like day 9 because like whatever tribe I'm supposed to be on, like they win like the first two challenges, and so it's just like, oh man, you're supposed to be on this tribe. I'm just like, well, not until they lose. So like day 9, it's just like, here's Jonny Fairplay. I'm just like, I can do 14 days. What's up?
Yeah. Hey, what's good, everybody?
Yeah. Oh, and I start with immunity.
Oh, of course. Yes.
That's perfect. Yes.
Yeah.
Gives you some time to strategize, talk to some people. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm making some phone calls. So
there you go.
I mean, I am the most famous Johnny in all of reality television. Shots fired.
And you are the second most famous Dave.
Yeah, that's true. Giant Bananas is the third most famous Dave. Devin's fourth.
There you go.
I don't know. Tori's probably more famous than Devin, right?
I almost put them at the same level.
I don't know.
They sort of like have their entire reality career together.
Yeah, I love them both.
Like they started on the same show. They did the spin-off of Are You the One together. They've done almost all the challenges together. I think Tori's done more because Devin had like a hiatus when his dad passed.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would imagine Tori has more Instagram followers.
I would imagine.
I think so. But honestly,
based on content.
that alone, yes.
Devin tries. But
I mean, yeah, Devin tries the booty pics.
The likes are not there. Like, so, and I don't think Devin has an OnlyFans. He might.
I actually think he might.
He probably does.
That wouldn't be shocking if he did. Let's be honest here. But honestly, they're good partners. They bounce each other out really,
I love them.
well.
They're an actual ride or die pair, which you
They
can't
are.
say for like a third of this cast.
I think they're my favorite. They're my favorite pair. In the
Oh,
house. I love
just,
Jay and Michelle.
Oh, I love Jay and Michelle. I like some of these scenes. I love the vets. Like I know, I'm a Bananas fan, but they didn't bring Bananas here for the win. They want Team Boston. They want Devin and Tori to get their wins.
Oh.
They want a new face of the challenge. I'm like putting it right now. I'm like they're the winners. They're the winners of this season.
Oh wow! All right, I'm
putting it down now.
Oh wow! Apparently Nelson's OnlyFans is lit. I don't know if that's true or shenanigans. So Mary, you got a super chat to get that up there. Come on, you know the rules. All right, Nelly T with the horrible toast, and so we have we have the first commercial break that I see, and this is watching this post facto, so I don't know how it was originally presented, but through Sling TV there was a commercial for Love at First Lie.
Oh yeah, it was on after the challenge.
Okay, I thought that looked good. So it
sounded good.
Yeah, it's basically like a couple's version of The Mole.
Yeah.
So that seemed fun. And then a commercial for The New Surreal Life with Dennis Rodman and CJ Perry, who was Lana from WWE. So that looked good. For those of you wondering, I was asked to do an early season of the Surreal Life, and I said no. And then they started doing spinoffs from people that were on the show, and I'm just like, hey! And they're like, you already said no, Jonny Fairplay. So, and the person that was casting it at that time is now the head of like celebrity talent for WWE when they come in.
Oh damn!
Yeah, I saw Kristen. Like I had gone to Australia for an appearance, and actually I watched WrestleMania in Australia. And or was it New Zealand? Sorry, New Zealand. And I flew back to LA. It was an international flight, and then came back home. And so I went from one terminal to the other, and I see Mickey Rourke getting out of the limousine with Kristen, and he had just finished his WrestleMania match the day before, so because it was like 20 hours difference. And I was just like, I was watching WrestleMania in Australia. He goes, yeah, we were just in Australia. I'm like, no, you weren't WrestleMania. I was in Australia. Or New Zealand, whatever. Anyway, so yeah, those look good. So we learn here that everyone sees each other at the airport before they actually move into the house.
So here's the funny thing. Could you see the difference between certain people who are like, oh, I'm going to keep towing the company line of how the game works, and then you have the people like, no, this is what actually happened.
I'm cool with that.
You have Nelson, who's like, oh, we don't know anyone until we see each other at the airport. But then once we get to the airport, that's when the game starts. And then you have other people like, oh yeah, I looked up the cast. Like I had a good idea of who was on the cast, so I looked them all up. I know this person's lying about the show that they were on. Whatever. Michelle's like, oh yeah, we talked to a lot of people before we got in here this time.
But Nelson towing the company line. Good on him.
Oh yeah, he knows his role. He's the solid veteran of the cast right now. Won't be by the end of the episode, but
okay. So as a result, Johnny's caught making out at the airport with someone that's not his partner.
Nerys, Nelson's partner, she was on Are You the One? Mm-hmm. Ever since she was on Are You the One, like back when that was like the main feeder as Real World was dying and we didn't have Road Rules anymore. I was like, she's someone who was like made for that like classic challenge, like would be willing to hook up, seemed like fit, could compete well, but they never cast her. And then like she did X on the Beach with Nelson. And now they finally bring her on. I'm like, I'm looking forward to see what she provides to the show. And she started off well.
Yeah, I mean she's making alliances.
I am surprised that they have not brought
a new ride or die.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, sometimes you have to mix and mingle a little bit to get people on your side, create those alliances.
Oh man,
and you know what? The best way to make an alliance is through the mouth.
I told Rupert that. Never worked out. Now you see sworn enemies. It's you make an offer, you extend an olive branch or your tongue, and that's what happens. So making out the airport, that wasn't enough. They're now making out the house. That's okay. So fast forward, Fessy's flirting in the hot tub, doing what he does best.
New blonde,
blonde. But hey, it's a smart move on Fessy's part. This girl, she's kind of naive. She was just on Love Island.
Yeah, totally not a smart person who played the mole in a version of the mole and won. Well, you automatically win when you're the mole. So it's like,
yeah,
that's like the thing that I keep like that irritates me a little bit. Like she was the mole and she won. I'm like, no, like she's guaranteed the money. She gets to the end regardless. Yeah, but you know what, Johnny? There's a chance for you. You're blonde.
Yeah.
Go on the show. Just get into the hot tub with Fessy.
Hey, I was never on Survivor.
I was only on Fear Factor.
You were on though. That's the important question.
He just says he's on Fear Factor.
Oh yeah, Fear Factor, yes, or Love Island. Whenever it gets canceled from.
I was on this Steve Harvey show.
Oh yeah, Steve Harvey. There you go. Oh, you know what? I'll work on my resume.
Yeah,
exactly.
What's up, Fessy? All right. Jack's like, yeah, they're frauds.
I think I'm gonna like that guy, to be honest.
I like the girl. I'm not so sure about the guy. The guy reminds me of like
Kim.
the what?
Who?
Like the guy whose name is Kim. Her partner.
Like a guy named Kim. Yeah, he does remind me like of any guy named Kim. Yes. So no, he reminds me of like like whenever you see like a long hair Swedish person in like a parody of long hair Swedish people, that's him.
He looks like an off-brand villain in Die Hard.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
I don't have high prospects for him.
No.
The girl I'm intrigued by though.
If there is a ride or die swap, I like her and not him.
I doubt it on this season. I don't think you do a ride or die season and split people up.
I hope not, but I'm just saying if there is, I like her chances much better than his.
Oh, I agree. I like her chances of being asked back more than him, which we don't get a lot of with rookies these last few seasons.
Well, could we get an elimination, a male elimination, and he goes and she doesn't?
I think very specific circumstances would have to happen in order for them to do a single person elimination.
I think they're keeping
the entire season.
I think they're keeping partners the whole season for this.
Okay, I'm cool with it. I just like when we got the cells and all that crap. Like I don't want any of that.
I mean, hey, the challenge works in mysterious ways. That there's a chance that Devin's going elimination, so they conveniently have a puzzle as the That's the elimination choice, you know.
Yeah, and it's a puzzle he has as his coffee table at home. Allegedly,
apparently, I want to see this coffee table.
That seems like a pretty horrible coffee table.
Like, I feel like they actually meant he has like you know, like the coffee table games like that you just put on the coffee table that you can play.
Do you think Darrell has a tangerine table?
Yes.
All right.
Made of tangerines.
Perfect. All right. So yeah, so Jack explains that look, this girl Colleen, she's not from Love Island. And I'm like, damn you, Google.
Google getting in the way of everything.
Fessy ate that up though. You know,
because he didn't care what the show let's be real.
Yes.
Okay. If she said to Fessy, I was on the German version of the mole.
Yeah, and won.
Fessy is saying, uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, your eyes are up here.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It makes no difference to him. Yeah. He can play the beaver game.
You just have to watch and not listen to the audio for all this.
Fessy's very good at the beaver tail game. All right. Time for the challenge, and TJ's the coolest, right? Like, I'm sitting there watching it, literally saying to my kid, TJ's the coolest. And then we have every single person on the cast going, TJ's the coolest.
and you know what? Because MTV loves us, they didn't even put BMX legend next to him.
Really?
As far as I remember.
Or former BMX rider.
Wait, they did that?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I was about to say, I'm like, damn.
Yeah, no. They TJ gets his MTV love like he's supposed to.
Is
he the coolest dude on the planet?
He's one of the hosts that I would actually want to like have host me if I went on any type of game.
Yeah. But I don't know, because I don't feel that he liked anyone on Challenge USA, and even if I'm Jonny Fairplay, he might not care.
I think if you're good enough of a personality, he'll care, and you're Jonny Fairplay.
But he's
for short.
He's really laughing at me on trivia, though.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. Yes. I might purposely get ones wrong. Like, I'm not good at trivia anyway.
Oh, I'm great at trivia, but he's gonna be like, Johnny's question. He's got his papers, and then he like flipped, and he's just like, "What did I have for breakfast?" It's just like, you son of a bitch.
And but like he also does it with his smirk.
Oh yeah.
He's like, yes. What did I have for breakfast 5 days ago?
Yeah.
Wrong.
Yeah. Yes. And then afterwards, ooh, I don't know. I don't remember.
You know the amount of concussions I've had. I can't remember what happened 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. So, or anyone that was on the Challenge USA, no. And that's during the show because he didn't like them. It appeared. All right. So yes. So we immediately learn Casey and Kenny have to leave. Do we have an inside scoop on this? What happened?
So this was I think this is the second COVID protocol issue because
that's what I assumed, because he said, you know the climate there, you know and the times that we're living.
So I believe it's the second because as we see, they are replaced not by one but two teams. So they hit a team that got eliminated because they decided to change some things up. Anissa was supposed to be on like immediately with, in the words of like the sheets, her gay bestie was supposed to like be her ride or die. I don't even know the name of the guy because all the references on Twitter is her gay bestie.
Okay.
That person got COVID, was not able to compete, so they like sent him out.
Okay. And then they quarantined her.
Yeah. So obviously, yeah. So she stays quarantined off and they keep her because one of the other like veterans that's coming back, it's not a spoiler alert because everyone knows, is Jordan. Yeah. Jordan was supposed to be coming in with his ride or die, Naya.
Okay.
Naya gets sick, not COVID, but gets sick, can't compete.
Oh, so wow. I would have loved to have seen Naya, because Naya had a really good story.
It's really happy that there was the world where she was able to, that they asked her back. So they put Jordan and Anissa together. They're like, you guys will just be ride or dies. So that's why Anissa's not shown at all in the beginning. That's why Kenny and Casey are.
Was she there?
She's with wherever Nani, Bananas, Jordan,
Okay. Yeah.
Darrell, and Veronica are.
Okay.
Yeah, she didn't start there and then get taken out.
Yeah, I didn't know if they like edited her out, like CGI'd her out.
She didn't start with that.
I think there was someone who actually took like a screenshot of like the boat scene of like one of the boat scenes, and you see Anissa there.
Okay.
But it's like a fraction of a second, or you miss it.
Okay.
Only thing I'll leave before we continue with what the new teams are is we've seen in the trailers, like Casey's in the trailers.
I know.
So the point being, I think he was very choice with his words. Like they said they had to take them out of the game, but he didn't say like they're gone, like they're done. I think they come back.
Both of them?
Yeah.
Wow.
Or with somehow they bring them back in some fashion. I just think
I was wondering if like maybe it
like
was
Kenny or Casey's brother is gone, but
Casey's brother is test positive for COVID. Casey was a false positive, and they're just like, okay, you're good. You stay, and we have you someone else.
Right. But I think they will come back as a pair.
Because I read somewhere that she indeed also was positive as well.
Okay. Well, as I said, but it could have been a false positive.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's possible that's why they're able to come back in is ultimately they test negative.
Okay. Wow.
And honestly, if I have a choice, I made a prediction of this in the preseason, so it's very well known. As soon as they said Nam was on the cast, and it came out instantly that Nam and his partner, which I don't even remember her name because they don't let her talk, met that day.
Oh, sweet.
They do not know each other, and you can tell based off the like little intro thing because they haven't go like she's from Germany, and then the other group is like we've known each other since 2014.
Yeah. So these other newbies, are they from nothing?
So I don't know where the girl is from. With Nam,
Olivia and Horatio.
Olivia and Horatio. I believe was like maybe an athlete, did like a Ninja Warrior type of show in Mexico. Olivia was a winner of one of the Love Island seasons, I believe.
Okay.
I like that duo.
Yeah, but they didn't act like they didn't. Neither one of them referenced what they were from, and I'm just like, and they're just like, we're just legit rookies. I'm just like, so they just grabbed like two people off the street.
I mean, I'm happy with it either way. Like, I think
I'm not. We have too many people. Oh my god, why does this season have to be 3 years long?
But like, I remove German mole and cheap diehard impersonator on Broadway and put these two in. Olivia immediately jumps in, and I'm like, oh, I can see her being like a consistent character on this show.
Yeah, she's got that vibe.
My made one mistake, and that's getting close with Nelson.
Oh, yeah.
But you know what? People make mistakes.
Do we really need Nam though? Again,
don't get used to him.
Okay,
that is also
don't get used to him. He'll be gone in a flash. I bet. Yeah. Also, is he in David Alexander territory? What does he know?
Oh, right.
What does he know? Because
he's got some pictures of somebody,
and also some another rumor and innuendo. Apparently, Nam is one of the people they sent a feeler for to bring in for the Challenge Champions exclusive on Paramount Plus. I'm like, he's a champion of what? Getting eliminated early or quitting or being medically removed?
Oh.
It's just like every confessional I see of Nam's, it's just the personality is not there. I'm not entertained whatsoever.
What did Lolo Jones do to this man?
I don't know. So if they replace Nam with David, do we notice?
I don't think we see Nam on a treadmill holding a 50-pound weight on his chest.
That's true. We do. We're just like, what's this idiot? Oh, wow, it's David. Okay. You're probably right. So, yeah, so Olivia and Horatio, they're not together.
They're not together.
And Nam and Emmy, his girl's name is Emmy, but it's not the Emmy that you want. Yeah. Why didn't he? How about that Emmy? Wasn't there a name?
Wasn't there an issue with her?
Yes.
Did she get canceled?
Potentially.
Well, no, I think I looked up what she did, and I think I looked up the wrong thing.
Okay.
I think
I honestly have not looked back on it.
Yeah. I think she used the F word, the bad one. And I think I looked it up and I saw her using the F word, like the FU F word. And I'm just like, what's the big deal? And then I think someone's just like, no. There's another clip. I may have dreamed that. I have no, but
I heard it was potentially a different word, which
Okay.
I don't think I'm allowed to say ever.
Yes. Okay. I'm going with what Alex is putting down right here.
Okay, so there was whatever I looked up was not what.
No, but there was people who were making a weird thing about that one too. I remember that.
Okay. Well, that's what I looked up, and I'm just like, you can't say that. Like, I'm like, she's in another country. Isn't stuff different there?
Yes.
Yeah. So, but other stuff is it. I don't. It doesn't matter. So, okay, fair enough. So, yeah. So, well, sorry, Emmy, you made some poor decisions, but. All right. So yeah, it is. It's time for our first daily.
Yeah, Bolas for blood. Yeah. So you and your partner run through a mud pit that contains over 100 bola, and each pair at the other end of the mud pit will reveal 3 questions that you must answer using the digits, not numbers, but digits that are on the bola. Once you have all 3 right, you then run them back to the other thing to hang them up, and you win.
I thought those were called bolos.
They kept saying bola, though.
I know. I wrote it down.
Same.
We just have to go with what they say. That's what they called it.
You know what? TJ, at the end of the day, gets to pick what the word is.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if that's what it says on his card, you're getting dumped on trivia.
It's like All-Stars 2, where they kept calling the water, what was it? It was...
not the ceviche. Well,
let's just go with that instead.
Whatever it was, I
have to go into ceviche,
and I was corrected by every person that was a guest on that season. All-Star 2, right?
Yeah,
All-Star 2 or 3.
It was 2.
Yeah, the Cavassier something. Oh, I remember what it was called. Cumulative.
There you go. What is that word?
What does it mean?
I love all the foreigners to be like, what is this?
That is kind of a dick move.
Yeah, if you're going to have people who English isn't their native language,
there's no...
And also, this is this is the challenge. No shade on the challenge competitors, but I'm like...
Oh, there's shade.
I mean...
Shade coming from here. Shade coming from Survivor, in which they explain that we're immensely smarter than all of them. Their words, not mine.
Their words... If you have to do math strictly from left to right and not actually do math how math's supposed to be, maybe don't use big words, because big words are hard.
No,
big words do hard and create headache on brain.
New math. It's that new math that'll get you every time. So cumulative. Holy moly. I got a chuckle.
Could we also chuckle that Nelson got his age wrong?
Yes. But I'm sure Nelson's been lying about his age for a couple years now.
Or you know what? It was probably his birthday recently.
Well, no, he's probably going with his Tinder profile age, not his actual age. Because
apparently he said 32 instead of 33.
Okay, so I mean, the comedian Jim Norton, like he's on Tinder and other dating apps, and Jim will tell you, he's just like, like there's I guess age divisions or groupings on Tinder, and he was just like, yeah, I can't say my real age because you don't want to date those people. So he purposely has a wrong age, but he explains immediately, I'm not that age. However, I don't want to be in that bracket. So maybe, harmless mistake, but maybe Nelly T is off a year or 2 on Tinder.
There you go.
Or maybe he just doesn't remember. So I don't know how old I am. Like I have to, like, once you get up there, like if someone asks me how old I am, there's a minimum 2-second pause. I'm just like, what?
It does take a second.
Yeah.
At a certain point.
Yeah. Well, I'm there. So
there you go.
Thank God I'm not there yet.
Yep. 36.
It's coming.
It's tough. 36. Don't look it up, people.
You know what? Even if you look it up, Wikipedia is editable.
Oh God. Yeah. So actually, someone go ahead and edit my Wikipedia. It says 36. I'm okay with that. All right, don't. No, because I don't feel like people telling me, do you know what your Wikipedia says? No, don't care. So, all right. Jay and Michelle are close.
Oh, I was hopeful. I was
so hopeful. I'm glad. I feel like everything worked out the way it was.
No, it worked well for them. At the moment, I was like, oh, I just want more screen time for them. So I'm like, do it.
No,
I want to see what happens.
You don't want that early blood, especially with finding out how this season works.
Right.
You do not want any of that blood on your hands.
No, and especially knowing like you'll see by the beginning of episode 2, all the players that are coming back in. It was perfect for someone like Michelle. Maybe not for Jay, but good for Michelle potentially. Yeah. Because like we get a rookie pair win. I love that this was a quick challenge. They didn't like make us go through all of the questions.
Oh, thank God! Yeah,
they just got in and out. Like I think Johnny Middlebrooks is like he has a track background.
Okay, yeah. So Raven and Johnny, for those of you wondering, they win.
Yeah, Johnny who's hooking up with Nerissa, and Jasmine who is like looking in dismay because she wants to be the one hooking up with Johnny. While Nelson's staring at her, being like, "Well, you could do me instead." Before turning to Olivia.
That conversation between those two was just very awkward.
Oh, I lived for it.
Yeah, I was for it.
I was for it. Yeah. But we get Middlebrooks with that athletic, not ego, but like adrenaline. Like they showboat a little bit.
Let's go.
Let's go. Balls. I have no problem with let's go because our favorite Devin does it all the time. Casey does it all the time. Like everyone does let's go all the time.
I'm okay with let's go.
He just happens to have more visible muscle.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to pop a vein.
Yes. We found out here Nelson got his age wrong. 51 consecutive daily no wins, and it's here where we hear this.
No.
Support for Reality After Show is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Their products are precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped's Performance Package, the ultimate men's hygiene bundle. Join over 6 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. That's right, 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code SURVIVOR at manscaped.com. If my math's correct, that's about 12 million balls.
The Performance Package 4.0 has arrived, and oh man, is it a game changer. Inside this package, you'll find their Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, Weed Whacker, ear and nose hair trimmer, Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, performance boxer briefs, and a travel bag to hold your goodies.
First off, the Lawnmower 4.0, this trimmer is the future of grooming, and dare I say, the greatest ball trimmer ever.
Their 4th generation trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to help reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. The Lawnmower 4.0 is waterproof and has a 4000K LED spotlight that you need for a more precise shave.
Now, I have a dark shower curtain in my bathroom, and I've been looking for the perfect way to shave in the dark, kinda. Guess what? I found it! 4000K LED! No longer a problem. I got perfectly smooth, clean balls thanks to the Lawnmower 4.0.
It's time to take care of yourself, so go to manscaped.com and get 20% off and free shipping with the code SURVIVOR. That's 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com and use the code SURVIVOR. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. Thanks for sticking with us through the ad break. And don't forget, for more exclusive Reality After Show coverage, visit realitypatron.com. That's reality, Patron.com.
All right, we are back. And for those of you that like to see me live, I'm going to be in Nashville next Wednesday night. That's right, October 19th. I'll be with the Queen, Sandra Diaz-Twine, the Queen of Survivor. We're having a Survivor viewing party next Wednesday night. Go to survivortix.com. That's survivortix.com. The following week, October 26th, I'm going to be at Grand 10 Distilling in Boston, Massachusetts. Lauren's going to be there. I will see you there. Once again, survivortix.com, survivortix.com. And November 9th, I'll be at Dirty Bull Brewing in Durham, North Carolina. Once again, the Queen, Sandra Diaz-Twine, will be joining me. Once again, survivortix.com. And lastly, the night before Thanksgiving, the biggest bar night of the year, I will be at Bolero Store Brewery. That's in New Jersey, 7 miles from Times Square. It is the Survivor Homecoming. Go to survivorhomecoming.com for tickets. Mike Turner's going to be there. Alex Trias is going to be there. It's going to be great. So survivortix.com, survivorhomecoming.com. Let's talk more of the challenge. Whew.
Let's do it.
All right, so we learn here that you choose if you win, you choose 4 ride or dies for the interrogation, and then after that, we will see you in the zone. So that is what our arena
weakest name so far.
So what's that?
Weakest name.
The zone. Yeah, kind of.
The zone. You know, It sounds like an off-brand ESPN channel. It's like the Ocho.
Or does zone? Remember that crappy?
Oh yeah, the what, like for fights?
For fights that no one wants to see.
Yeah,
the zone.
The zone.
Yeah, I feel like they have Kevin Hart comedy specials too, which I don't want to see those either.
I've seen it. I don't need to see another.
Yeah, it's the same joke, right?
At some point, it's the same.
Yeah, so he's best friends with The Rock and he's short. I got it. There you go. All right, fair enough. Ah, that's hilarious. All right. Kevin Hart, I'm not calling you out. Or am I? All right. So back in the house, we get I Saw the Sign. I believe that's Ace of Base. I did not look. I just went on my own recognizance on that. I have that on vinyl somewhere. I was not going to look for it. So why? Because I should not have that on vinyl. So that's on me, folks.
There you go.
All right. It's time for deliberation. And so we got Kim and Colleen and
Sam and Kayla,
yeah,
Laurel and Jack, and Tori and Devin, because they want to go after the veterans. They want the people in charge. This is a rookies game now, and Jay and Michelle know they're safe because Jay was actually like pre-gamed with Johnny, so they're like, cool, we're good.
But
like the deliberations, there's not much to really talk about.
No. So, but they don't want to show all their cards, so they do put in a rookie team, and it's just like, okay.
So, like, here's the thing. I applaud Johnny for attempting to use his brain.
Yeah.
Here's the issue.
Okay.
Once you put it's like not only are you putting like the vets in, but you're putting Laurel and you're putting Devin and Tori in. And it's like, I know they don't have like all of their people, and I understand why like maybe Michelle and Jay were like, hey, put Tori and Devin in. Yeah. Like, they're the ones who have the most connections. Get them out early, blah, blah, blah.
But
the target should have always been Tori and Devin. Like, automatically put them in elimination.
Sure.
If you want to go and like crush the morale of the veterans.
Yeah.
And cause a new game.
Yeah, like just tipping your toe in the water is not making a statement.
No. Dude, half measures come back to bite you.
Yeah. So no, you either knock down the door or you like, I thought for sure that somehow, some way that the rookie team was going home. And I'm just like, and here we go again, because these guys, like you don't leave the door open. Like you're all in or you're not at all. It's
because
one or the other.
Once one of them goes, a rookie team, then it just is all downhill from there. We see it time and time again on so many different seasons.
Well, they have to earn their stripes.
Yeah.
Stop making a half the cast rookies, and do it how the challenge has always been. You have 6 rookies or something like that on this big of a cast. Let them go into a bunch of eliminations. They prove their worth to the show. They get taken out because they get screen time by being put in elimination so much. They eventually go. The challenge producers love them. They get called back.
Yeah.
Or they don't get called back.
Well, that means you weren't good enough.
One and done. That's it.
Yeah. Talk to me at 1 a.m., honey.
At least at that point, it's
not true.
Freshly Manscaped, promo code Survivor.
Thank you.
The only thing that won't be complained about at the very least.
Yeah. So the results of the elimination are the deliberation are announced, and we hear from Devin. This is the only time you'll see me in the gym all season. I am shocked that he did not have a broken, unlit cigarette in his hand when he said it.
Oh my God, I lived for that.
I was sad about that. But also, before we go towards like the elimination, we did pass a part that I feel like you would have wanted to talk about, Johnny. Oh. So like Kayla's having a hard time because like she doesn't have that many connections with people, and it seems like a lot of her time is managing Sam, who's very competitive, and like wants to be loud and obnoxious, and she's like, can you please be quiet for 2 weeks? I'll give you all the sexual favors you want. Just shut up.
Yeah, I was a little jelly.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah. So All Stars 3 was my first exposure to Kayla.
Mm-hmm.
Big fan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think her issue is always going to be if she doesn't have like people there that like she truly like connects with, which normally if she has like Jenna and Kayla were very close with each other. She'll just gravitate to the people that she likes and sort of say like F off to the rest. Like she won't, her social game isn't the best.
Yeah, I think she's better on Instagram than the challenge.
Yeah. Normally though, with this type of layout, it would work. Like I think if she survives and like we have Veronica come in, like they were part of the Treehouse Alliance.
Oh yeah, we do love the Treehouse Alliance.
She was good with Darrell's. She's probably good with Bananas and
we might have found out who farted.
I'm just gonna say it's Anissa.
I was going with Veronica.
She wasn't there. I'm just saying it's Anissa.
Right. Okay, I'm sticking with Veronica.
Rivalry continues.
Yeah. Who let the fart? Oh my god! All right. Yeah. So Michelle sees the deliberation result. She loves it. It's time for the interrogation, and Kayla and Sam are first, and Johnny's like, "You got our back." And they're like, "Yeah," and they're like, "We do. We will back out of this deal so fast."
As you should.
Yes, and I'm like, "All right, I'm good. I'm good with that." And then Tori and Devin, they're like, "We're making the deal," and I'm like, "All right." The correct answer.
It's the correct answer.
Always say yes.
But
so, you don't have to be an asshole in the confessional afterwards.
I love the approach of them as a duo though. Because it's like Tori just like bursting out because she loves to talk. She's like, I'm good with that. Like you know what? I know I'm speaking for my partner. He probably hates that right now. He's just Devin just like very quiet, just like pondering, staring at them. Like, I can't agree to those terms. That's fine. Doesn't mean it. No, he literally goes, I will throw myself in before I put you guys in.
Oh, yeah. Devin here with the
I never break my word.
Yeah, with the melodrama for a rookie.
Now, that's where he needed a broken cigarette.
Yeah. A broken, unlit cigarette.
Yes.
Yeah.
So next we have the rookies. They're just like rookies together forever. And they're like, all right, cool, we good.
Cut to Jack.
They're
lying.
If only Jack wasn't there, because Jack spills the beans about Colleen, and they're like, "Ooh, do tell more." He's like, "No, that's all I got." And you guys should have had this too. It was all on Google. No, not really. Super sleuth stuff here. So it's to the club, and
we get Amber saying that Chauncey wouldn't matter who's in the room, and if they were all naked, he would only have eyes for her.
That's true.
And Tommy.
Well, it's true that she said that.
Yes. Okay. And Tommy had a top 5 moment of his life by being lifted up into the air.
Yeah.
But like he is a gay man, and he had a bunch of attractive men holding him up.
There you go.
There you go.
All right. So welcome to the zone.
The zone.
The zone.
Dun dun dun. Is there theme music for the zone? We should. I don't know.
I don't think Pete did this. The more I think about it, so because the zone would have had really awesome music, but he doesn't really score, so it's not.
No, he doesn't score.
Yeah. So the zone. Yeah, the zone is the worst name ever.
We need TJ to actually call not the zone. We need him to actually get lazy enough where he just welcome to the zone. like a CT who just like mumbles all the words together. Like, welcome to the zone.
In anything other than a confessional and half his confessionals.
Or the movie that he's in, which I haven't watched.
Yeah, but he's such great TV, and I'm just like, what part?
I mean, like he could have been someone. If they didn't blacklist this person, like him and Kara could have been a ride or die pair that they brought in. Like they are actually like legitimate best friends, 2 powerhouses, 2 OGs, like polarizing people. Like,
so is she blacklisted?
I'm talking out my ass when I say that, but like I think she's on very bad terms with production. Not all of it is her fault. Like she has some good points to some of it. But also some of the things she's done in social media and like her takes and stuff like that have not been the most ideal for them when they have canceled people for less.
Okay.
I don't know if we'll see her anytime soon, but I do think maybe in the future she may make an appearance. Like we've seen other people come back, like Naya came back, so you just never know.
Well, here's the way to talk about the terms right now. the Untold episodes. I haven't watched them, but I had a friend watch them. They told me like, so Kara gets mentioned when they start talking about like the GOATs, like who were the best to play. She was not invited to be on the Untold to speak.
Okay.
On it, but her boyfriend was.
Okay. I met Kara in 2005 or 6, maybe.
Had to have been very shortly after one of her first seasons.
Yeah. So I want to say there was this thing called the Vegas Bash. She's an absolute sweetheart. I mean, like beyond nice. So I mean, I don't know.
I honestly think that was who she was like at the end. I think she just got fed up with shit.
Well,
which and like for her in particular, like it's granted. Like if you watch her whole story on the challenge and how like the fandom like was like, with her, and then as soon as she starts winning and she gets like a bit of an ego, which is deserved when you start winning, that everyone turns on her. She starts dating Polly. Everyone hates Polly, so they hate on her even more. And then they just double down. They keep doubling down, and it's just like
he's great on her Instagram. I'm all for a guy in a thong every other reel. It's great.
But I think they should be brought back at some point because let's be real, reality TV needs people that like you can root against, and if that's the characters that they want to be on the show, put them on, have some controversy, and see what happens.
That's why you have your Fessy. Easy.
Right,
no, they're better than Fessy because they have a personality.
Oh, well, yeah, he's less of an introvert this season.
Oh, I loved that. That's what Colleen said. It's like, have you learned anything about me yet? It's like, you're not as introverted as you say you are.
Yeah.
And it's him picking out a twig.
All right. So Kayla and Sam are the choice, but then there's the draw, and I'm just like,
I'm for it.
I love this so much more than all the pseudo strategy and us like watching the inevitable every single episode once it gets past episode 4.
Like, I'm sure they're gonna find a way to break it at some point, but I love the drama of it. Like, because like even as Jay says, like there's gonna be a moment where like all 3 teams down there are friends, and you have to make a decision on which friend is safe and which friend has to risk their life in the game. But I love this version. It reminds me of like the other draws they have done. Like there's the iconic scene from Free Agents where like you have to flip a card, and if you have a skull on it, you're in. And Jordan wants to face Bananas, who's automatically in elimination. So he comes down, flips all the cards so that he can automatically go in to face him. Loses, but it's an iconic moment.
Yeah.
Well, and I love too with this, they thought that they were realistically safe when they pulled it out because it had nothing on it.
Yeah, because TJ doesn't better. Because TJ doesn't like to explain things.
Exactly. Yeah. It made the moment so much better because they had that sigh of relief and then the oh shit moment when they see the rookie team, the one that pulls safe.
Yeah. So, because I was just like you know, they go, that's blank, and I can learn just like, he did not say safe, and I think he would have said safe, and then we see the next one, and just like, that's 2, and I'm just like, I don't think they're as in good a spot as they think they are.
So I think it should have been something more like fun than just saying safe on the dagger. Like, I think the one that like allows you to be safe should ironically be like a bloodied dagger. Like, so you have the clean dagger, you have 2 clean daggers, and you have a bloody one because you are stabbing someone in the back with it and sending them in.
The problem with that is, like, so say the third one is the bloody dagger, and supposedly, and just for argument's say that one isn't the safe one or whatever, then you have people going, oh, well, because Tori and Devin were up for possible elimination, they had the bloody dagger so they could choose whether they wanted it to be safe or not. So I think or
like use safe, but like have the safe look like it's like made in blood. Like it's not
that's
just
fine. That's fine.
Like,
but I
Comic
think
Sans printed on a dagger safe.
So, but you have to, but I still it has to be. It cannot be up for interpretation.
It has to be clear. Yeah.
Yeah. So because I could have seen a lot of people calling shenanigans like, nuh-uh.
Someone who doesn't like any type of shenanigans is Turbo, though.
He does not.
No.
Yes.
No. So. Devin pulls that dagger. He's like, because there's precedent also of Turbo, like, it was like there's challenges where like you had to stack stuff together and like the challenge was over and he was kicking all the stuff around and everything.
Like, he's a martial artist.
Yes.
Yeah. So yes.
Thinks he's on Dragon Ball Z.
Yes.
So he's like, Turbo, you can't take this with you.
It's a real dagger, so it stays in the zone. And holy moly, that was game over.
What are you saying?
Why?
Why you say this?
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah.
You want to go?
Yeah. I don't. As I said, I love villains. I don't think this is my guy.
It's very intense. And also, let's put into consideration, this is what they're showing us.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine what like they're not showing us?
Yeah. So yeah, I don't think it's him giggling and having tickle fights is what we're not seeing.
No.
I think it's gonna get worse as the season progresses. How long he's gonna be in there, we don't know. But like we said before, he had that first season, then came back, and it was not good. It went from 0 to 100 real quick.
Has he competed against Bananas before?
They were on the season together. Bananas got eliminated early on.
Okay.
On that season, so they haven't like competed like head to head with each other.
Bananas went home on that season, I believe, second.
Like he knows Laurel. They were on that season together too.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
So I just think he's just
not
being
nice.
a bit of a dick.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah. So now Devin's a pussy chicken and
or double pussy chicken. I couldn't understand it. There wasn't any subtitles there, but he was trying to explain something like you pussy chicken, but then there's a level 2 pussy chicken.
Yeah, guess what, Devin? You're not a pussy chicken.
But then Turbo also says, if I was a bird, I know who I'd poop on.
Yeah. I'm like, wow, like you are the worst.
And I'm just looking at tomorrow. I'm like, oh, girl, run.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go into like witness protection.
Yeah.
Something.
That's what my point was. I don't know how you could be partners with him because you just don't know what's going to happen. You're not safe. No one's safe.
Yeah, I write down he is literally frightening.
Yes.
Yeah, I have zero desire to be on a show with him.
No, I have fear saying the things I've just said currently.
Right? That's not good. I don't. Oh, all right.
It's such a shame because the first season he was on, I loved him. It was awesome.
Yeah.
But
and he's a survivor. You know what? Maybe he would love me because I'm a survivor too.
You're not a 2-time winner though.
Yeah, you're giving yourself a little bit of credit there.
No, I'm not. No, he would hate me.
You're dishonorable.
I know. That's what
yeah. I am a triple pussy chicken.
Could you imagine you and Devin together with Turbo? It just, ooh.
I need
because I feel like Devin's slower than me. I push him and I run.
No, what you need is you, Devin, and Kyle.
Oh.
And then you just push Kyle.
Oh yeah.
In.
Well, you grab him by his hurt fingers from
well, yes, but like as we all know, because every season Nelson has to make sure we know Kyle's a snake, so he could just slither around him.
Yes, he is. He is a snake. I love Kyle.
I miss him already.
I do too.
But you know what? Good for him to have a break. It's probably good for us that he has a break.
Yeah, because like there was some tension with him and Devin that I was not here for.
And also, like at some point, you get fatigue of seeing the same person do the same bits.
Yeah, not Devin.
No, but like Devin took a break.
Oh yeah, there we go. That's true. Okay.
Like, right now we don't have Josh. Maybe I'll be wanting Josh to come back. You never know.
I mean, he's been fun on Twitter whenever Fezzi talks about athletes on the challenge.
Oh wow. All right. So we learn here that whoever has the safe dagger, they are safe and they get to choose the pair that goes in against the chosen pair, and they save Jack and Laura. So Devin and Tori are in. I'm like, what? And what's the name of this challenge? This eliminator?
You move, I move.
You move.
I feel like that there's a rap song that they
when I move, you move. That's ludicrous.
Yeah. Oh, they did use that, right?
They played it. Well, I think the song is called
they used a ludicrous song.
Yeah, it was that. But I think the song is called "Stand Up," and then the in parentheses.
When I move, you move. Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved it. It was just
I have that on vinyl, but I didn't go to grab it.
It was
I have 6,000 vinyl records here, folks.
And yes, and also become a patron, realitypatron.com. We have had many a Q&A where Jonny has talked about some stories involving famous ludicrous songs, famous ludicrous dance moves, and reactions based off those dance moves.
And gentlemen's clubs.
Yes.
Yes. So,
but yes, it's you move, I move. There's 2 giant mazes with 5 balls in there, freshly manscaped, of course, promo code Survivor. You have to stand on, you and your partner are standing on 2 different moving platforms, and using those platforms, you maneuver the maze to get the balls out. Whoever gets all 5 balls out of the maze first win and stay in the game.
Yeah, and not only are you not going to get TJ's money at the end, you have the shame of being first ones out. And wow, did he drive that home over and over?
Oh, also, did we
knowing that Devin and Tori weren't going to
go? Did we also notice on this episode, like he didn't use this episode to say like what you're playing for, like your share of a blank?
No, I think he did. I think he said your share of $1 million.
He did say at
I must have missed it because I watched this at 5
Yeah, and he did say your share of.
Okay.
Yep.
As he should.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. As
you're here to win $1 million.
Yeah.
Minus what you already win during the dailies. Minus splitting in half with the other winner.
Yes. So, well, you know what? Lesson learned. I don't think they're gonna mess that up again.
Oh, and he also was on the Bananas podcast. Talking about that and how brutally upset he was with everyone quitting. He was like, I don't quit. I quit on them because they all decided to quit. Because he was like trying to say like how it's so close for all of them. Like he's like, I could point to them where the finish line is. But I was just like, you know what? Just go.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey, TJ hates quitters.
He does.
He does. Depends on the circumstance. There's been some where he's been okay with, but most of them, he will rip you a new one.
Yeah. So, well, Devin has this table in his house, allegedly. And Dave and Dave discuss it. They're both Dave. And
they're both Dave.
The married couple argues because that's what happens when you get married. And as Devin explains, 60% divorce rate of anyone that's ever gotten married ever. Facts, Wikipedia. Check it out. Also, I'm 34. All right, Tori and Devin win. Kayla and Sam are eliminated, and we get Steal My Sunshine by Lynn. I have that on now. I call this the 90s alternative. And we it's actually on my record player right now, and that's why I'm not showing it to you.
And you know we're back on the main show because he says, we hope to see you in the future.
Oh, yes. Yes. So, well, he was talking to Kayla, and not
he
Sam.
said both of them.
But he only meant it for Kayla.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen people go out first and they've returned before. I mean,
but I don't need Sam again.
Johnny Bananas first.
Johnny Bananas
first season.
I need Kayla back making mistakes.
This isn't a one-time thing.
Yeah. So Kayla will be back. So yeah. So Tori and Devin win. Beavertail shake, and TJ says, "Don't trust TJ." And
never trust him.
We get like a eerie Bray Wyatt type montage before the second most famous Johnny in reality television, Johnny Bananas, shows up with Nani.
And everyone's freaking out. The people we saw on the plane with us are here.
Can you believe it?
What? And they're not alone.
Yeah.
But I like this. It's a good, I think it's a good thing to do for this type of show that it sort of shoots adrenaline again into in the event that the first episode is like a nothing burger. It's like you finish the show well, here's these veterans that you all know and love / hate are here again, and then you're more incentivized to watch the next episode. We know that we have more pairs coming up. We know we have more controversy coming up, more drama, which is what the challenge desperately needs.
We see Nani on the back of an ambulance, which I do not like. Yeah. However, I don't think they're showing her on the ambulance if she's eliminated, because I think that's just
no. I think it's like a hard fall. They take her to your local medical facility.
Yes. Thank you.
We don't. Johnny doesn't let me say the H word on the podcast.
Yes, you're not allowed to say hospital on the show.
But yeah, I think it'll be one of those scare moments, but they come back.
Yeah. So and we see Darrell and So no, I'm excited. I just wish this show wasn't 142 episodes long every season.
I wish they wouldn't show it at the same exact time as Survivor.
Yeah, I mean, they've already shown that they're kind of compatriots of Survivor, implementing Survivor in the Challenge USA. So
And
don't
they
go
even
against it.
Oh, also, someone needs to fire the intern for that handles the Survivor social media. Because they sent on like Wednesday, they sent a promo ad on the Survivor account saying Michelle Fitzgerald and Jay Sterry are going to be on the challenge on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Tune in.
Tune in. There you go. So no, I just think the scenario. I mean, Michelle and Jay are cast on the challenge because they want Survivor viewers to watch.
Yep.
So put it on 9 o'clock. Tuesday, Thursday, or 9 o'clock.
Well, it's because you have Ridiculous on.
No, it's the other show on after.
Well,
the couple lie.
I'm sure that was 1 week only.
It's on again tonight, apparently.
Yeah. So no, next week it'll be Ridiculousness.
As it should.
Yeah, because they usually they do that a lot. The premiere, they'll have some other show to plug, and then it's like, hey, don't worry, next week, Ridiculous is back, and it's in its usual time slot, which is 24 hours or 22 hours a day.
Except for the 3 hours of like the Catfish show and the 1 hour of
Floribama Shore,
Jersey Shore Family Vacation,
and Floribama Shore.
I think that's finally been canceled.
Oh, sweet!
As it should have been. After its first season.
Yes. So agreed. All right, Lauren, Alex, thank you. This has been fun. We'll be here every Thursday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. So I don't think I have many travel conflicts. I should be here for all 192 episodes. So I'm excited. Dan the Joker Monchel will be joining us next week. We're excited. So folks, click the like button, press the subscribe button, tell your friends, tell your neighbors, become a patron. It's the best way to support the podcast. That's how we pay the bills. So go to realitypatron.com. Try it for a month. You get added to the secret Facebook group, and we have a weekly Q&A and all that fun stuff. So try it for 1 month. If you don't like it, I'll send your money back. Also, come see me live October 19th, Nashville, October 26th, Boston, November 9th, Durham. Go to survivortix.com. The night before Thanksgiving, I'll be in New Jersey, 7 miles from Times Square. Go to survivorhomecoming.com. And with that, everybody be good to each other, do some good stuff. And thank you again, Alex. Thank you again, Lauren. And until next time. And for more bonus content, go to realitypatron.com. That's right, become a patron now. Get additional coverage of all your favorite shows, the weekly Q&A, and you become a member of the secret, exclusive Facebook group. That's realitypatron.com.